Have you ever stepped into an elevator, pressed a button, and thought, wait a second, how does this thing even work? Like, what's pulling it up? What's stopping it from falling? And what is inside those elevator walls? Today we're going inside one of the coolest machines in a building, the elevator. Elevators are basically magical boxes. You walk in, the doors close, and in just a few seconds, you're suddenly 10 floors higher. But the crazy part is, an elevator is not just a moving room. It's a super smart machine system with cables, motors, brakes, sensors, and even a secret partner called a counterweight. So today, we're answering the big question, what's inside an elevator? And by the end, you'll know something most grown-ups don't even know. Let's go. First, let's clear something up. When you think of an elevator, you probably picture the part you stand inside. That's called the elevator car. But the elevator car is only one part of the system. Because behind the scenes, elevators have a tall empty space called the shaft, rails to keep the elevator straight, a powerful motor, thick steel cables, a counterweight, and a safety system that's honestly kind of genius. Imagine the elevator shaft like a giant vertical tunnel inside a building, and inside that tunnel, the elevator moves up and down like a train on tracks. But instead of tracks on the ground, it uses rails on the wall. Okay, the shaft is the hidden elevator tunnel, and inside the shaft, there are guide rails. These are thick, strong metal rails that keep the elevator car from wobbling. Because imagine if you went up 40 floors, and the elevator swung around like a toy in a shoebox. That would be not fun. So guide rails keep the car moving straight up and down. And here's something cool. Even though elevators move fast, they're designed to feel smooth. That's not luck. That's engineering. Now we get to the part everyone wonders. What's holding the elevator up? The answer is steel cables. Elevator cables look like thick ropes, but they're made of twisted steel wires, and they're incredibly strong. But here's the surprise. Elevators don't use one cable. They use several cables at once, sometimes 6, 8, or even more. So even if one cable had a problem, the others are still holding the elevator. And these cables don't just hang there. They loop up over a wheel at the top called the sheave, pronounced shiv. It's basically a giant spinning wheel that helps move the cables. When the wheel spins one way, the elevator goes up. Spin the other way, the elevator goes down. Now here comes the coolest part. Elevators have a secret partner. It's called a counterweight. And it's basically a big heavy block that moves opposite the elevator. So if the elevator goes up, the counterweight goes down. If the elevator goes down, the counterweight goes up. And this makes the elevator much easier to lift. Because instead of the motor lifting the whole elevator car, it's mostly balancing the weight between the car and the counterweight. It's kind of like a seesaw. If one side has someone heavy, you can balance it by putting someone heavy on the other side too. Now the elevator doesn't take as much energy to move, which means less electricity, faster movement, less stress on the system. So the elevator and counterweight are basically best friends. Okay, so what makes the wheel spin? That's the motor. And the motor is usually found in one of two places: at the top of the building in a machine room, or right inside the shaft itself in something called a machine room-less elevator. The motor is like the elevator's muscles and engine combined. And next to the motor is the elevator's control system. That's the part that decides what floor to go to, which elevator should arrive first, when to open the doors, when to stop, how fast to move. And yes, elevators are basically running a mini computer program the entire time. And it has to be perfect, because elevators carry people. Now let's talk about something you might not notice. There are actually two sets of elevator doors. One set is attached to the elevator car itself. Those are the doors you see sliding open when you're inside. But the second set? Those are called the hall doors. They're the doors on each floor. And here's the safety trick. The hall doors cannot open unless the elevator is right there. That's because if the hall doors opened with no elevator behind them, you'd be staring into a giant empty shaft, which would be super dangerous. So elevators have special locks that only unlock when the elevator car is aligned perfectly. That means the elevator doors and the floor doors are like a secret handshake team. If both aren't ready, nothing opens. Elevators are also packed with sensors. Sensors help elevators do things like stop at the right spot on each floor, detect if something is in the doorway, avoid closing on people, Know how much weight is inside? That's right. Elevators know when they're overloaded. That's why sometimes you hear sound, beep beep beep, and it won't move until someone gets off. That's not the elevator being rude. That's the elevator being smart. Now let's answer the big scary question. What if the cable breaks? First of all, elevators have multiple cables. But even if something went wrong, elevators have special brakes called safety brakes. These brakes clamp onto the guide rails. So the elevator basically grabs the rails and stops itself, like gripping the sides of the shaft. There's also something else. At the bottom of the shaft is a buffer system. Think of it like giant shock absorbers, like landing pads. So if the elevator ever came down too far, it wouldn't slam. It would cushion the impact. So even though elevators feel like magic, they are actually one of the safest machines humans use every day. So what's inside an elevator? It's not just buttons and lights. Inside the walls of that elevator system is a tall shaft, guide rails, strong steel cables, a spinning wheel, a motor and control computer, a counterweight partner, 2 sets of doors, sensors everywhere, and super powerful safety brakes. So the next time you step into an elevator, you're not stepping into a box. You're stepping into a moving machine system built with engineering genius. So now you know what's inside an elevator. But what should we go inside next? A rocket ship? Or a washing machine? Comment below and tell us. And if you want more What's Inside episodes, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.